and welcome back to my channel, LB Plans. My name is Elle, and today I'm doing my February budget closeout or wrap up. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to call it, but basically at the end of the month, I will count all of the dollars that I've saved left over from my dollar savings challenge, and then I will total up what my debt balances are, my sinking funds, and this helps me get prepared for March. Although I've already started my March budget, this just helps me know where I need to pay more attention, if any, and make some changes. So if this interests you, stick around and we'll just jump right on into it. So we'll start off with the easier things, which I believe that would be my debt balances, because I already have that information. So for Community First, let's see, for Community First, which this is my Visa card that I have a 1.9% interest rate. And the only charges that goes on this card is for my son's tuition. I am paying out of pocket for my son's tuition. It is what it is, but we gotta get the babies in college, right? Y'all remember Tom Joyner? He used to say that the baby's got to get to school. So anyway, so $3,005, and that is for the spring, which started in January, and I should have this paid off before fall starts. I already have money allocated from my check that goes into the account for this bank to make that payment. So it's kind of up on autopilot for the most part. I just log in to actually make the payment, but yeah. Okay, so next one is PayPal. PayPal, my balance is $3,223. PayPal is 0% deferred interest as long as I pay off the balance for March. This is something that I purchased for my home. In real talk, I actually have the money to pay it off, but since it's not due until like May 26th, I'm just letting it stay in my high yield savings account to pay interest. My monthly payments are covered because I do the subscription to Sterling Inc. So that $37 is more than the monthly minimum payment. So it works out. But then I will pay this off in May, before May 26th. And that way I won't pay any interest. But I rather let the money make money for me right now while it's not causing me any issue. And then the big one is my HELOC that me and my husband have. We owe $130,375. I'm just going to round that up. I do want to tackle this, but it's not a debt that is just mine of its own. So it requires both of us to work on this. So we got the HELOC, and actually I think the HELOC right now is at an 8.75%. So right now we're just paying the interest only. That is in another account that I just send the amount over. I just cleared that out, didn't I? That I send that out over to, and I just pay on it like that. And then I think he puts money in there, but we want to wrap that up because we originally got the HELOC to make a bigger purchase. And now that we are seeing that it's probably time, we have all this money from all of our debt consolidation because they wouldn't give it to us without consolidating our debt. So there's a lot of things that's in there. Some things that it is what it is. Some things I'm not proud of. There's a lot of consumer debt in there, but we have to come up with a plan to pay that off together. But I think we could knock this out if we just refocus and get a little bit strict on some of our things. But it's a two-party thing. So let's see, because there's been some new developments, and I think he's starting to change his idea on that. So we owe $136,603. Well, let me take that back. My total debt balances is $136,603. And of that, $6,228 is credit card debt, but with no interest. Okay, anyway, so cash back this month. This month I got a total cash back, which I do save. and I put it in my cashback folder of $44. Rakuten, I did get back $136, and I'm kind of mad with Rakuten because it was supposed to be like $148, but they held $12 until the next cycle, so whatever. And then interest in my high yield savings account, I only brought in $39.47, which that is a decrease from last month. Last month I brought in $53.93, but that was because of I paid my car insurance. So a lot of the money that I have in my high yield savings account, a lot of things are due in the beginning of January. So that money came out, so it dropped the balance down, but no sweat. We're going to work on getting that back up. All right, in saving challenges, I contributed a total of $315. And then we go to the dollar jar. So let's see, what do we have from the dollar jar? And so how I get money for the dollar jar is anytime that I spend cash for anything, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I do mine differently. It's not just cash because I typically don't spend a lot of cash, believe it or not. So let's say I make a purchase at Home Depot. It's a great example on my credit card for household stuff, and I brought some light bulbs, and those light bulbs those light bulbs cost $12 and some change, right? So I would go and I would get $15 out of my cash envelope for household stuff and put the $12, or probably round it up to $13, in my envelope for my credit card that I charged it on, and then take the other $2 and stuff it in here. So I do it multiple different ways because if I just went based off of cash purchases, I may not have enough. But because I do it that way, I do have enough. So even when I make a purchase, let's say Walmart for groceries, and I have it and I go pick it up, and it was, $86 and change. I'll round it up to 87, put that back on my credit card, and take the other $3 and stuff it in here. So that's where a lot of this comes from. The change, we're just gonna let that add up. I do have some 5s because I had to make change. So let's see, we have $10. So I have $43 left over in the dollar savings challenge, and I'm going to add that to my next cash stuffing. I will put that into the savings challenges. So when I take out the money for my February 29th paycheck, or my first paycheck for the month of March, I will add these $43 to that stuffing, and we will stuff it in the savings challenges. So stay tuned for that. So that is great. I think last time I had like 49. Yeah, so 43. That's what works for me. Okay, and let's see where we are with our balances for stuff. So let's see. Let's do the ones. I'm trying to think of where these items are. So most of them are in here. All right, so birthdays. Birthdays are back here. Okay, so I have to add up all birthdays. I don't want to add up Markia's though, because I sent her some money and I gotta take that off of there. I'll add it for now because it's there when I'm doing it, so it's fine. So 60 for that one. I believe they all have 60. 60 for that one and 60 for that one. So 180 in birthdays. And that's $360 for Markia, Mom, and Zoe. Okay, so let's go back to Blue Green. Blue Green it should have 150 in there. Oh, yeah, I've already added, okay. This be my mind. I've already added, so I can't go based on what the envelope tracker says because I've already filled it out for my next stuffing. So it's 130 in here. And so that makes sense because technically my next stuffing is March. So I don't want to add that to February. So it's 130. Car insurance, thank God I don't have a tracker. So that's 250, 350, I think that's 390. Car insurance, car maintenance. I'm not gonna add that, but I do have some rollover, but I will put that in later. So we're just gonna go based off what the balance actually is. So it's 540. So I'm just making note that I'm gonna put the rollover in March. And that's gas. Anytime I have gas rollover, I put it in car maintenance. All right, HOA has 4 crispy dollars. Oh my God. Next time I gotta make sure I put these in order. Holidays, I don't think I have any holidays I've been saving for. Not yet. Holidays look empty. Holidays are empty, so. Miscellaneous, which is the really, has $20 in there. And I'm gonna roll it over. Maybe that can make a good buffer. Since I'm at property taxes, let's do it. So it has 1,050, 75, 6, 7. Property taxes, 1,050, 70. I believe that's what I counted. 50, 75, 6, 7. Okay. Also, property taxes, the reason why I'm not stuffing it that much is because of the 80 envelope challenge will go to property taxes. I forgot how to spell for a minute, so. All right, we already did really, and then sapphire. There's $60 in there. Property insurance has $290. All right, month ahead, which is not in here. Month ahead is in this one, but it has $1 in there. I already know it has $1 in there because I went ahead and moved. Yeah, there's one hot $1 in there. I could put it in my challenge jar, but I'm not because month ahead, I'm just starting. Just getting started with month ahead by putting money aside for it and trying to tackle my subscriptions first. So I've already paid for Spotify. So I did the Spotify gift card, which was $99. Nobody told me that when you do that, that you have to cancel your premium subscription. Like it won't allow you to upload the gift card as long as you already have a premium subscription. So that was a little weird. So hopefully I don't lose anything in that process, but yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, let me get into the class of. So these are the last 3. So class of 2025, it has 210. Class of 2027 has 190. So 210, 190, and I think Zoe has like 60. Yeah. Let's see, last month did I do any of the savings challenges? I did not. So we're just keeping with the sinking fund balances. So I think we're off to a pretty good start. There's a lot of changes. So just to be able to compare. So my total debt went down 1,000, not even $1,000, like $500. And I know I kind of have a good idea of why, because actually PayPal increased because I made some purchases, but they won't be paid off until March. So that's why there's an extra hundred and something dollars there. But I don't, and most of the change should have been in the community first, because that's where I'm making most of my debt payments to keep well, that has interest. Again, like I said, Citizens HELOC, we have to work on that. My cash back went down, but that's because January I expect a higher cash back because I pay my car insurance on my credit card, and then I just pay the credit card back, so I get points for that. So that's why January was much higher. This is more in around what I would normally get. But then I had Rakuten. Like I said, Rakuten, I'm kind of mad at y'all. And then my interest went down because I paid my car insurance. So I hope that you guys found this information helpful. This is how I'm going to handle things kind of going forward. So instead of doing a monthly budget, I will just go ahead and do my monthly budget, and then I'll come back and do a wrap up for the end of the year. Man, I made a typo right there, but I found this a little bit more helpful for me. And it's probably a little less tedious than to go through a whole budget and paycheck budgets. Like I said, I already got it figured out for the month of March. And so you'll mainly just see a lot of cash stuffing going forward, savings challenge and so forth. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I do have a question for you. So if you made it this far, tell me, how are you preparing for the future? I think there's so much going on in the society today with food and how things are changing. How are you how are you planning to make changes for the next generation? I could have a whole discussion on where I feel that the generation is going, but I feel really like after the millennials, I am afraid for the next generation. I think that the middle class is getting smaller, and to the point where it will be non-existent. So drop that down below. What are your thoughts on the future, and how are you planning to prepare for that? For me, just little things like I will share in my I think my cash stuffing, me and my husband are buying supplies. We're going to start our garden on our balcony. We do live in a house, we do have yard space, but because we're back up to a preserve, like anything comes from out that woods. So for us, we have a balcony that we don't quite utilize upstairs. So we're thinking of making that a raised bed garden upstairs to start somewhere, just with simple fruits. And if you guys, simple vegetables. But if you guys are interested in seeing our journey on that, just drop me a flower emoji below to let me know that you guys are interested. But we're super excited, but we just have to start somewhere, and nothing is gonna come out and just magically change, right? So we got to put in the work behind it. If I don't believe anything else, I believe that faith is an action, is a verb, and you got to put behind the works in the faith. So I'm stepping off my soapbox. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Into my next video, you guys stay blessed, be safe, and take care. Bye.